Good evening, Southwest Arkansas. Welcome back to Southwest Arkansas Weather here on July 7th, 2025. Taking a look at your evening weather blog. We're going to be going over what we're currently seeing across Southwest Arkansas right now. Taking a look at the 6-day forecast, what's in store for the next 6 days, and also talking about tomorrow's forecast a little more there as well. Starting off, let's take a look at current radar right now. It's a lot quieter now that we've lost daylight than what it was earlier. We still have a few scattered showers and storms, but the big story is we do have a flash flood warning in place for the Mount Ida, Odin area, northern Montgomery County, hilly terrains of the Ouachita Mountains, northern Montgomery County here, and that goes in effect until 11 p.m. We're seeing expected rainfall rates of 1 to 2 inches in an hour, so that is per hour rainfall rates there, and that goes in effect until 11 p.m. As of 8 p.m., a Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between 1 and 3 inches of rainfall has already fallen in that area, and the expected rainfall rate of 1 to 2 inches in 1 hour. And if flash flooding is either ongoing or expected to begin shortly, don't take those warnings lightly. Remember, stay aware and be prepared. If you're near a body of water, be ready to move to higher ground if needed. Remember, every storm is different. Every event is different. Flash flood warnings, I don't care if you've been under one 1,000 times in your lifetime. Each one of those 1,000 times, it's the flooding, if there is flooding, is different. Okay, just remember that. But temperatures right now, this was last updated in MENA as of 2:30, so don't take that 91 degrees as that's currently what we're seeing there. Looks like temperatures are in the mid-80s right now, a few upper 70s down here across far southern portions of our coverage area. Those are going to continue to drop into the lower 70s as we go forward throughout the day today. And that's going to lead us right into our 6-day forecast. Let's talk about what's in store for the next 6 days. Pretty much Tuesday and Wednesday is a lot like what we've seen today. You're going to have these pop-up storms, these isolated hit-or-miss storms. Some of you will see rainfall. Others, you're going to be out of luck. You're not going to see some, but we can't pinpoint exactly which specific town or what's going to see it just because we don't have any really flow or energy that's really, we don't have any flow above us that's really helping us determine where these are going to form. This is more of your summertime pattern where storms just pop up. And the coverage of them is going to be expected to be a little more widespread compared to what we're usually used to in the summer. Definitely tomorrow. I do want to mention as well, while widespread flash flooding isn't likely, if you get under a storm, there's not going to be these storms are probably not going to move a whole lot. These are going to kind of stay in that one place. There's not a lot of shear, so these storms are probably going to be big and tall, and then they're going to fall on each other, which pretty much means you're going to have to watch for a gusty wind potential, because as those storms fall, that energy comes down out of those storms with that wind, and then heavy rainfall as well. So you need to be on the lookout for maybe up to 1 to 2 inches of rainfall if you're under one of those storms, maybe even a localized amount of 3 to 4 inches in certain locations if you stay stuck under a storm for long periods of time. Remember that over the next few days and throughout the rest of this summer. If you're going out to the lake, river, creek, you hear us say this a lot. Make sure if you can hear thunder, you're close enough to be struck by lightning, and make sure you have ways to receive warnings in case anything is issued from a flash flood warning to a severe thunderstorm warning and all of that. But highs throughout this upcoming, or really Tuesday and Wednesday, going to be in the lower 90s across the area, maybe a few upper 80s, overnight lows in the lower 70s with a widespread 60% chance of rainfall. We'll talk about tomorrow's forecast a little more in depth here in just a moment. But then on Thursday, as we go throughout the end of this upcoming work week, you're going to notice rain chances are going to start to decrease some. They're still going to be there, but they're going to decrease. And Thursday, you have that chance for some isolated thunderstorms, partly cloudy skies, with highs rebounding into the lower to mid-90s. I do think an upper 90 will be possible as well, with overnight lows in the lower to mid-70s, and a 30% chance of an isolated storm or two, those hit-or-miss pop-up storms. If you don't see it, you don't see it. If you do see it, You've seen some rainfall out of this. That's the best way to explain it. But I do think the big story going into this weekend is going to be the heat. The heat's going to return. Highs going to range from the mid to upper 90s. I do think we may have a chance, depending on how much rainfall falls and where we get rainfall, all of that fun details. There may be a chance at a triple degree high as we go into this end of this week in an isolated area, but fully expecting temperatures to range from the mid 90s into the upper 90s throughout this into this week. With those isolated storm chances, they're going to be around 20%. So maybe just one or two of these storms that pop up in the area, mainly in the afternoon and evening. I want to make that very clear. Your morning time frame, you're not going to, there's a small 10-20% chance Tuesday and Wednesday in the morning, but really your afternoon and evenings when you're going to see your biggest chance of rainfall with that daytime heating. Temperatures, once again, going to be on the warm side, so just make sure with mostly sunny skies this weekend, so a little more sun expected this weekend. And let's talk a little more about tomorrow's weather. This is taking a look at tomorrow's forecasted weather, a little more in-depth across the area. Remember, this can change between now and tomorrow morning, but the general idea is across northern portions of the coverage area, far northern portions of that coverage area, you have a 70% chance of some rainfall and some storms up around that Hot Springs, Mount Ida area. 60% for the Mena, Nashville, Arkadelphia, Sheridan, Camden areas. Hope you're right there on the edge of that 50% chance. DeQueen, Texarkana, Bradley, Magnolia, El Dorado. Just want to make this clear. Once again, we're not going to be able to answer the specific cities exactly. You're for sure going to see rain or you're not. It just depends on where those pop up at and where those move as we go forward throughout tomorrow. Once again, though, as you can see, temperature is going to range from the mid to upper 80s in Mena and the lower 90s elsewhere across the coverage area, topping out in the mid 90s across far southern Arkansas. Overnight low is going to be in the lower 70s, but tomorrow morning temperatures will start out in the 70s and increase as we go throughout the day, with those afternoon storms being a possibility there once again. Let's talk about future cast and show you that is not what that was supposed to pull up. That was supposed to pull up our model data, not the Facebook Live, but taking a look at the HRRR model. This is going to show you what radar could potentially look like as we go forward throughout tomorrow. I want to heed caution with this as always. It's a great tool to use. It's a great tool sometimes to use. Other times it's not. It's just It's a tool to help us build a forecast, not the only tool. So when you take a look at this, just remember this is what it says as of 8 p.m. And if we move this to 9 p.m., it's not picking up greatly. Maybe just a little bit further to the south on those storms down there near the Montgomery County area. But as we go forward throughout the overnight time frame tonight, we start to lose those storm chances and rainfall. Daytime heating goes away. You lose those rainfall chances during the summer, and those storms and showers decrease. Throughout the morning, you may start to see some early in the morning, but really, as we go into that afternoon time frame, more storms are expected, scattered to those pop-up storms expected to develop across southwest Arkansas. And once again, you lose that daytime heating. Those go away. Then as we go into Wednesday, may have the chance of more developing there across the area into Monday, into your, or not Monday, but your Wednesday time frame there as well. So real quickly, I do want to bring this up as well. Give me one moment and let me pull this up. We do have a small severe weather risk for tomorrow, and when I say it's small, it's very, very small. I want to make that very clear. It's not anything major like we've previously seen. It's just mainly going to be a potential for some gusty winds. And once again, that flash flooding potential will be on the something we're going to be watching closely, that we'll have to watch radar for. Once again, not expecting widespread flash flooding, but if you can get under a storm for a much longer period of time tomorrow or today, you could have that flash flood potential with those storms. Once again, as you lose that daytime heating, that sun, you start to see those storms and showers decrease. That's a marginal risk, 1 out of 5 on the severe weather scale for the northwestern portions of our coverage area. And as always, I think now we're going to open up to any questions that you have. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and we'll get to them. But in case you missed anything, here is the newest 6-day forecast across southwest Arkansas for really through the rest of this work week and into this weekend there as well. Once again, the first half of this week, some thunderstorms, some scattered summertime pop-up thunderstorms. Just the coverage of them is going to be more widespread compared to what we're used to. And as you go through towards this weekend, you start to get more towards that isolated chance of storms, back to maybe an area here or there seeing a storm or two, with mostly sunny skies and the heat returning there as well. But as always, just want to say a big thanks as well to all of our sponsors for helping us get this information to you guys. Big thanks as always to Palmer's Roofing, Southern Dumpster Rental, and Nashville, Arkansas, J&S Auto Supply, Bumper to Bumper in Murfreesboro, Arkansas, Landmark Insurance Agency, Patterson's Credit Union, located in Arkadelphia, Arkansas, and Tan Energy and Nutrition, located in Murfreesboro, Arkansas as well. If we don't have any other questions, I think we're going to go ahead and break away from this live stream. We are going to try to do these at least once a week during our quiet time. Now, as always, if we have any severe weather events or organized severe weather events, we'll do these live streams before those events and talk about it even more. But going to try to get back into the hang of doing these at least once a week and just talking to y'all, seeing if y'all have any questions and going over the details of the 6-day forecast and anything interesting that we have regarding that. As always, stay weather aware and make sure you know your summertime or your weather safety stuff. Make sure you have ways to receive warnings, multiple ways to receive warnings. Make sure, as always, I know it's summer, still, even talking from flash flooding stance all the way to tornadoes and all of that stuff, make sure you have ways to receive warnings and ways to wake you up in case a warning is issued. You're going to hear us harp that a lot, and we will continue to do that. But once again, just stay weather aware. Remember, if you can hear thunder and you're outside, you can be struck by lightning. Just remember that. It doesn't have to be raining for you to experience or to get struck by lightning. And also, if you're on a river or creek, it doesn't necessarily have to be raining over your specific area for you to see flooding. If a storm is producing heavy rainfall upstream of your area, that water is going to travel downstream in flash flooding cases. So just remember that, stay aware, have multiple ways to receive warnings. As always, just to play it safe. Keep an eye on radar if you're planning to go out towards or out to the lakes, rivers, or stuff of that nature this week and throughout the summer, as always. But enough rattling on about that. As always, have a good rest of your Tuesday. And big thanks to all of our supporters for helping us get this information to you. And we are very blessed to be able to do this here across Southwest Arkansas. Thank you guys as always. Make sure to check us out over here on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and TikTok on all those platforms. We'll be here for you right here at your number one source for all things Southwest Arkansas weather.